Hello, welcome back to Open, everyone. You know, always inviting you to stay connected with us. That's right. Like us on Facebook at Open Broxnet Television. And don't forget, while you're there, follow me too at Rhina Valentin. So, our next guest is an award winning creative whose poetry ultimately led him to playwriting. Some of his work include The Broken Bachelor. St. Nicholas is currently streaming on Amazon Prime. And, now his latest play is titled She Hates Coffee. Can't wait to hear what inspired that title. So joining us to tell us more, we welcome She Hates Coffee playwright, producer, and director A.R Garcia. Hello.
Hi.
And yeah, we're going to duke it out right now. Like, what? She hates coffee. You came to visit the Café con Leche.
I know, I'm sorry.
Titling a show, She Hates Coffee. Really?
Really?
¿Y tú eres dominicano?
Claro.
¿Cómo que she hates coffee?
You gotta come watch the show.
That's a good plug. That's a
Come
good
watch
plug.
the show.
Bueno, welcome, AR.
Gracias,
You know,
thank
of course,
you.
I'm teasing you, but not.
I know.
And congratulations on all you've accomplished. You know, I kind of like sped through the Amazon Prime show.
Yes.
It's a film, St. Nicholas. Congratulations on
Thank you.
that.
Thank you
And that's
so much.
wonderful because I was originally a play, right?
Yes,
That
yes.
was the name of the play.
The name of the play was I Love Them All.
I Love Them All, and then you were able to.
Right. It was a one-man show that I did at the One Festival.
Yeah.
And I won the festival
I
with
think
that
that's
show.
the one I met you at, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And my goal was to make the play a full ensemble, and that never happened. There was a producer at the reading, and he was like, "You want to make this a film?"
Yeah.
I was just, yeah, sure.
Love it. And so you made it into a screenplay.
Yeah. So
And now it's on Amazon Prime for you
Yes.
guys to see for yourself. So make sure to check it out, especially if
Yes.
you're a Prime member. I am. I'm going to check it out. I was all excited when I read that. I was like, yes, go AR. But now you have this play, She Hates Coffee. I know you had a run recently, and now
Yes.
it's coming up again. So let's talk a little bit about that play.
Yeah, we just were in New Jersey, and now we're heading to Brooklyn, and we're stepping out on faith on a 20-city tour.
20 city tour. Nice. Yeah.
So we're just hitting one city at a time and trying to, get this play out. And it's a beautiful story about the human condition, and it's just my way of trying to show and kind of dissipate the myth that people have on men and how they deal and feel about relationships and love and pain and how they express it or the lack thereof. So it's a story about a young man that gets left at the altar and makes poor choices in relationships, and how he is on this journey to kind of find the right person for him, and how he deals with the pain of being heartbroken, and how he talks about it with his boys, and trying to run a business, and trying to figure out what love and relationships are all about for him.
Oh my gosh, are you seriously telling me you wrote a play about a man who's in touch with his feelings?
Kinda.
I mean, not that they're not. I'm just saying in expressing it, because I just find like the male characteristic is always to like suppress whatever they're really feeling. So it's good
Right,
that,
well,
that you're
that's-
tapping into that.
Well, that was the thing for me, because as a Latino, what I realized is that you're conditioned from a very young age to repress any feeling, especially in regards to pain or being hurt. I was just talking about this the other day, and you're a little kid, and you stub your toe or whatever, and you want to cry, and they tell you no llores, don't cry, and you're conditioned from a very young age as a man, especially in cultures like ours, to repress when you get hurt and when you get pain, and that it's not okay for you to talk about it. It's not okay for you to express it. It's not okay for you to show it to the world. And so I wanted to break that myth that
like that.
men actually do talk about their pain, and that they actually do talk about their relationships, and that they do talk about love and how it affects them, and how they feel about it.
So that's great. So we're breaking the myth of men repressing their feelings. That's beautiful. Now let's talk about this other myth that's related to the title, right? I'm a little stuck on the title being She Hates Coffee. I'm like, but if it's a story about a man, why are you why did you entitle it She Hates Coffee?
That's always the question. So I can't fully tell you why it's called She Hates Coffee. You'll have to come February 8th through the 10th for that.
That's the
hook.
That's the hook.
But I can give you a couple of things. I can give you a couple of hints. The entire play takes place in his cafe. He is a young Latino business owner. That's another thing that I wanted to do through my work and through my vision. It wasn't just to get my art out, but to push brown and black people forward in theater. You know, as you know, Latinos are the least represented in theater, and I also wanted to show.
I just want to just to go with you, right? And I want to make sure that they understand what you're saying is that you basically wrote this character in an empowered position
Right.
of being a business owner.
Right, because we're always represented in a way that's impacting negatively, and so all of my characters in this play are of positive influence or are doing something with their lives. So the lead, he's a successful business owner. He's young, he's Latino, and he's successful. And he's trying to figure things out. And so so what I can tell you is that he owns a cafe.
Right. I almost got it. I almost got it. He was like, she hates, I'm like, all right, fine.
He owns a cafe. And what I can tell you is that men often identify themselves with what they do. So keep that in mind. I can tell you that I give you a very
Men
surface.
often identify themselves with what they do.
With what they do.
So they inherit their occupation as their identity, is what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah?
Like, yeah, kind of. That is part of who they are.
Right. So like if somebody says, "Oh, what do you do?" They automatically.
Right. You know, men will, I'm a doctor. I'm a lawyer.
Right.
You know, I'm a business owner. You
Right.
know. So, you know, he owns a cafe.
Right.
So what I can tell you is that when you hear the reason for She Hates Coffee in the show, don't stop there. Dig a little further.
Okay. All right.
Because it's a metaphor.
Okay. Very fascinating. Very fascinating. Well, you're doing great work. I mean, it's wonderful. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you, and I'm happy to have you here at the top of the year, representing us Latinos in a positive light. And so, before we go, we got to make sure we share with everyone who's in the cast and where it's going to be playing, how long it's going to be playing, and of course, where if they can't see this round, where else they're going to be able to see it.
Sure.
Because you said you're doing one city at a time, right?
Yeah. And so we're at the Cumble Theater at Long Island University. We're running February 8th through the 10th. And you can get all the information on shehatescoffee.com. And, you know, we're going to New York, we're going to Atlanta, we're going to Chicago, we're going to Detroit, we're going to Cali. We're going to a bunch of places where we hope to really impact and touch people with a story. The story is filled with a lot of the human condition when it comes to pain and love, but it's so funny. And so it brings a little levity to a lot of things that cause a lot of people pain.
Yeah, well, right now we need it. We need to be together and hold each other and hold space for each other. Absolutely. And just come from this place of humanity. Because at this point, if we don't do it for each other, you know, it's all going to head in the other direction. And I'm speaking, of course, from a spiritual perspective. I always tend to go there in just dealing with the invisible substances.
In this climate, you have
yes, to. Yes. And so it sounds to me like you're just opening up another box that needs to be tapped in so that we can just clean up the space and just be equal, right? Because it sounds like you're coming from a place of equality from a male's perspective.
Well, that's all I want to do is show that we make poor choices, but at the same time we also get hurt, and we operate sometimes from a place of hurt, but without removing any accountability from whatever our actions are. Just exposing that we are human and that we don't have ice cold water running through our veins that we feel, and that we want to share and express that.
Lovely. I appreciate that. I appreciate you coming and showing the sensitive side of men.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. That's what's up. Everybody needs to do that work. as
Thank you for
human
having me.
beings.
Yes.
All right, thank you. A.R. Garcia, mi gente. I'm going to say the title again, even though I don't
Say
want
it.
to. She hates coffee. We know we're not talking about me. But the show itself, She Hates Coffee, is going to be performed on February 8th, and that's from February 8th through the 10th. That is at Cumble Theater, which is located at 1 University Plaza in Brooklyn. And for tickets, you can visit cumbletheater.org. And for more on She Hates Coffee, you can follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All right, so we do have to take a quick break, but there's more open when we return. Don't go anywhere.